Okay, so we're in 1.4, and now we're going to actually do some math. We're going to write polynomials in the correct descending order. So everybody look here at my first polynomial. 16 plus 4a squared plus 3a cubed minus a. So let's just use our vocabulary. This is a polynomial because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay, more than 3 terms is called a polynomial if it has many terms. Okay, these 4 terms, these 4 monomials are not written in the correct order. To be in descending order, you want always your term with the largest exponent first. So first thing we got to do is find our largest exponent. And our exponent is connected to our variable. So if you look, here's our exponent 2. This is read a squared. Okay? Here's our exponent 3. This is connected to a. This is written said a cubed. Now, this is the letter a, so there's an exponent there. If it's not written, it's understood to be the number 1. Okay, so that's a to the first. So that's the first thing we have to do to write in descending order. We have to locate our exponents. Now we have to look who's the biggest. Well, it's the 3. So this term has to go first. So this term is a positive 3a cubed. The next term after 3, the exponent going down in descending order would be the 2. So we look in front, and it is positive 4a squared. Okay, the next term would be, if we go 3, 2, then we go 1. This would be a to the first, and there's a negative sign in front of it, so we'd write negative a squared. So negative a to the first. Okay? And then our last term, always when we're writing algebra, is our constant. Remember, the word constant means the number. And the number is the 16. And it is a positive 16, even though you don't see the plus sign, it's understood to be there. So we write plus 16. Now, let's fix this expression up. First of all, when our leading term, our leading monomial, our leading coefficient is a positive, we don't need the plus sign. We understand if we read 3a cubed, that 3 is positive. Everybody else, though, needs the sign that belongs with it. Also in algebra, we don't write the exponent of 1. It's understood there. So we don't write negative a to the first. We just write negative a. Now these 4 terms are in the correct descending order. They're all different. And a cubed and a squared and a do not mean the same thing. Remember, these letters are abbreviations for words in English. So this may be 3 apricots plus 4 airplanes minus an apron plus $16. So that's what I want to make sure you understand. Each of these terms, a monomial is a thought. They're different variables. They're different thoughts. All right, let's look at our last example here. Negative 5y squared minus 4 plus 13y to the 5th. Again, if you look, I have a polynomial. Now this polynomial has 1, 2, 3 terms. So what is it called? That's right, it's called a trinomial for 3. We have to have these terms written in the correct descending order. So we're looking at the exponents on the variable. So if you look, we have an exponent of 2. We do not have an exponent at all because this is our constant 4. Well, what I want you all to understand is there's an invisible y there that has an exponent of 0. So if I write y to the 0, that means there are no y's there. So if you want to put that on the constant, you can. And then we have 13y to the 5th. So now if we look at all our variables and our exponents, the 5 is the biggest exponent. So the 13y to the 5th has to go first. Do we need to write the plus sign in front? No. When the leading coefficient, the leading term is a positive, it's understood to be there. After y to the 5th should come y to the 4th. Now, do you see any y to the 4ths? No, you do not. So what I want you to understand is if there are no y to the 4ths listed here, what placeholder do we use in arithmetic to show there's nothing there? Good, it's a 0. So we would write there are 0 y to the 4ths. And after y to the 4th would come, if descending order, y cubed. Do we have any y cubes up here? No, we do not. So that would be written 0y cubed. After y cubed would come a square. Well, we do have that. We have a y squared, and it has a negative 5. After y squared would come y to the first. Do we have any y to the first? No, we do not. So that means we have 0 y to the first. And after the y to the first would become the constant, because a constant has no y's at all. And our constant here is negative 4. So just to show you, to write that expression in the correct descending order, I'm showing you just like in arithmetic, if we do not have a term, it's understood to have a 0. But in math, we don't write all these zeros because 13 plus 0 is still 13, right? So the same is true in algebra. So we would write this, if there's these 3 terms here, we'd write, okay, I have 13y to the 5th, that would go first, followed by the 5y squared, followed by the constant negative 4. So in algebra, when we write our final expression, it has to go in the correct descending order by the exponent on the variables. The constant, the number that's by itself, technically has a variable. It's y or x or z to the 0. That's why it's always last. Okay? If we're missing, it's okay if we're skipping. From 5, I know I should go 4, 3, and then the 2. But if I'm skipping 4 and 3, that means there were 0 of those terms. And just like in arithmetic, we don't write in arithmetic 13 plus 0. So in algebra, we're not going to write 13y to the 5th plus 0y to the 4th. If there's nothing there, there's no term there. But this is in the correct descending order. So just beware of that when you're doing your algebra. Every final answer for an expression must be in descending order. Great. I'll catch you in the next video.